Do you see these socks that I'm wearing? Well, they don't match. And that's on purpose because today these socks remind me of my niece Tonya. That is a lesson that of all days is coming back to me with full force. As I picked out my socks today, I thought about Tonya and one of the lessons I've learned, and she taught that to me. Well, Tonya has a birthday coming up and she would be 50. She had a calamitous life and she unfortunately passed away in a car accident. But the one thing she left behind was this one little nugget. Oh, there, she left a lot behind. Let's not minimize that. But she left a little nugget that I like to remind myself of on a regular basis. And that's when I'm going to the morning dressing and I pick out the socks I'm going to wear for the day. And I'll pick out one of one color and a second one of another color. I do that for a reason because that's my touchstone to Tonya. She had this quirky little way of making a statement about I will not conform. I will be a little different. And I'm not perfect, and I'm going to embrace that. There was a little rebellion in that too. I'm going to buck the system. Well, these are the qualities that I loved in Tonya, and she had a way of expressing that. Even if people didn't notice, look down at her shoes and see that they were different socks on her feet, she didn't care. And I love that about her. Now, her life was full of calamities, and for that, I loved her for it, but I also, of course, worried about her for that too. But she lived her life in the way she wanted, and it was some ups and some downs. I have wonderful stories of her generosity and her kindness and her hardworking work ethic and her love for her children, and little stories that remind me that just no matter what's going on, no matter where you live, no matter how much money you have or don't have, that you can still wake up in the morning and try again. And if that's the lesson that Tonya taught me, I need to be reminded of that from time to time because here in these senior years, not every day is going to go perfect. And not every day is going to be how we envisioned it to be. And so when I put on those mismatched socks, I think of Tonya and I think, embrace the day. I look around and I see all the imperfections. I actually look in the mirror and I see the lines and the crinkles, and I'll see my hair is just doing its own thing. And I just have to feel that that's okay because that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at in this journey. And if you're a senior right along with me, we're looking in the mirror. We see it's not perfect. And so we can either let it bring us down or we can embrace it. And that's my plan, is I'm going to embrace these imperfections. And I'm going to look around and I'm going to see the quirky things that are happening in my life, the ups, the downs, the calamities. And those are something that I'm going to take it as God's blessing. God's blessing. Because if nothing happened and nothing ever, went wrong or there was no imperfections, well, then life is just vanilla. And to tell you the truth, along with Tonya, I liked a little rocky road in my life. Shake it up. Do something a little different. And so here we are, as I think back on Tonya, and I think about how I've incorporated that into my own life, and you may also have ways that you're doing it in yours, is that we have those small imperfections. Some of them are actually not so small, but we have those imperfections. We have those days when things aren't going right. But deep down, let's embrace that with a little rebellion, a little nonconformity, and let's find a way to make a little lemonade out of these lemons that come our way. So thank you, Tonya. I love you. And I would hope that today when you get dressed, tomorrow when you get dressed, whenever that might be, and you pull your socks on and you reach for that matching pair, why don't you shake it up a little bit? Grab one of one color and another of another color and pull them on your feet and see how the day goes. Because that's a little rebellion. I'm not going to live the way everybody expects me to live. I'm not going to conform. I'm just going to be a little me today. And maybe we don't know where that takes us. Could be a little me, a little naughty. I don't know. But let's have some fun with this idea. Embrace the imperfections. Go out and make lemonade out of lemons and live your life. live it to the fullest. So I have a call to action here for you. The call to action is go to your drawer, think of my niece Tonya, send her a little love and a little thank you for this small little quirky idea of putting on 2 mismatched socks. Or you may have another little way that you find that you can make that little statement that today I'm going to be me. I'm not going to be someone else. I'm going to do something a little different. So let's go out. Let's make it a day. I love you all. Bye.